shit. I never you. I wasn't ready for this.
I don't think any of us were ready. God.
Oh no.
Karen? Who is Karen? Somebody
say who's Karen and which one of you guys pissed her off in OG
Do
Crucible?
not know. Am I allowed to say this again?
Hold on. No.
Ollie's trying to bring her in. She fucked up her Zoom name.
Oh my god! For those who don't know Karen, oh my god!
Morgan, whenever you've been going off, it's been so funny. We'd be like,
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
she will be returning, but
Morgan is slack-jawed.
but for everyone that did not know, we have Judge 2, and Judge 2, you are here. You can reveal yourself. They've all just clocked it. It is the lovely, the delectable Karen. So for those of you that don't know, Morgan and Karen are in the same production team. And whenever Morgan has roasted the fuck out of Judge 2, I have let Karen know every single time. So it's been hilarious. But yes, Karen loves you all. And for anyone that also had been saying anything that realized Judge 2 was a very fair judge, and there was no bias here at all.
Well, Karen,
Oh gosh,
as somebody who's from the team that you rated better, thank you so much, Karen.
I'm just sorry for the emotional damages I have caused. I literally said also, if I was in a worse mood, I would be in my Simon Cowell era. And then I heard that everyone wanted to come for judge number 2. And I was like, blame it on the edit. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so
Accept
sorry.
payments and accept apologies in cash. You can Zelle me and I'll forgive you.
Oh god!
So Morgan, I forgive you for pissing off Karen because you voted me to win, but I just obviously did something to Karen.
But for everyone that knows Karen, when you apply and play in Triumph Season 8, we're going to specifically make sure that the 2 of the judges are Keisha and Morgan. So congratulations.
And I will
just
take
the
all of my
realization just
notes.
then, that was hilarious.
It's
The
make
realization when you realized who Karen was the best thing ever.
Yes, this was the first surprise we wanted to showcase everyone.
Hi, Karen. Nice to meet you. We're nice people. We really are.
I am too. I promise. Just don't.
Lex, your man's here.
I mean, I believe it because you gave us a better score. So
We love Karen.
We got
We
5.
love her.
So.
Oh my god!
We love Judge 2.
What did I do to piss you off?
I don't. Does anybody still have the document where it had Judge 2's notes? Where it had your notes?
I'm sure we can find it.
I do.
I
I
have
have it
it.
saved. I have a whole spreadsheet. I forgot to mention I have a spreadsheet.
Can you
of all the
copy
things
and paste the
saved.
link in here,
Babes,
Keisha?
I was ready for a competition based on the season. I was ready
Soul
to go.
Survivor, Keisha. Can you post a link in chat? Soul Survivor.
Oh, you want it? Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get into the reunion now. So Karen,
Ollie,
yes,
I have a request for what we cover before awards again.
go for it.
Can we first just briefly announce the big question mark of the whole season, if you don't
Oh
mind?
no, that's me. That's all me, my friends.
got
I'm
it.
taking notice of this.
So I will mention it, and then I will let Brandon go for it. So I think the next big thing that was always a question was idols. So
What were they?
I'm gonna let Brandon go on and divulge.
Hi, everybody. As the resident chaos gremlin of the entire prod team, and this is true and a disputable fact, we had discussion about twists pre-merge, and Darwin's Island was something that came up, and the topics of advantages being on Darwin's Island and idols. For those of you who did not follow All Stars, there was a little scandal called Idol Hot Potato, where there was an alliance of 3 people who had all the idols and kept passing them to them multiple times in the same rounds, over multiple rounds, and they ended up being the final 3. I was a little bit peeved off of that, and y'all had to bear the brunt of that. So for this season, I can officially announce, and I will take full credit to this, there were 0 idols in the game. Not a single idol. All those split votes were for fucking nothing.
And can I just say, because there was all of this talk about me posting something. I was just trying to be a sentimental motherfucker for once in the game. And everyone, Lex, took that and just went, it is the Idol conspiracy. So
That's fucking hilarious.
maybe.
And then we loved toying with you. It was great. American
Yeah.
Idol, we put in a Pokemon.
Yeah, I
So,
don't guess
I
it.
had to feel very
Now we're
bad.
mad for that.
so Brandon, when you revealed that, there's definitely just like a 10-minute edit of Lex going crazy about where the idols are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
not
There was
just
also a
that.
time where me, Alex, and I think this was Sam or Jordan. We were taking shots, and then Lex goes on call like idol, idol, idol.
Oh my god.
Can
It was
I
the
just
Idol
say,
Hunters
though,
live chat as
Gabby,
well. We were there for hours just looking for
Hold
idols.
on.
I'm like,
but if you look at Gabby's cast photo, that piece of wood behind her arm is perfectly placed.
What do you think we're perfect
Gabby
editors?
just likes perfect words.
No,
Leave
it
her
was
be.
whenever I sent a picture of the turtle and it said life, and I was like, "Oh, like life in the game," and they're like, "Oh, I just noticed that too," and I'm like, "Got it."
You're like, I cracked
yes.
the code, and like, you didn't crack shit.
No,
Yeah, no, I was
would
purely
like to
fucking with
say
you guys when I posted that shit.
I think the best part of it was when everyone was looking at Lee Dwight's discography and looking at all of his singles. When I tell
When
you
did that
how
happen?
we're wetting this after you were voted
Oh,
out.
so I don't care.
You will go in one.
We can move on.
But yes, we can confirm that
It was
there
just
were
because
no
Megan was
idols.
like, "Oh, I like season 9 the best," and then you were like, "Season 9, season 9, season 9."
No, I said I like season 8 because of Adam Lambert. Y'all brought up the season
Wait.
9 shit.
Oh, and then it was like we tried to get all the numbers from all of the different seasons that y'all were talking about, and then there was Pokemon. I literally have a whole like notes file.
Oh, do
So
you?
I
Because there was
I
a
do
lion.
listed
There's
like
a
all the
whole alliance
Pokemon
named Idol
generations.
Hunters.
I will say, I do want to give you all credit. When you compared Pokemon to the theory of evolution, I did give you props because I was like, well done, that is very smart. American
Very good.
Idol, though,
No, because Idol was in all caps. There was no need
Yes.
to do that.
I
'cause it was-
remember that.
Sorry.
But wait, also, Lee DeWise made a Reddit thread, and I put it in my chat of Lee DeWise talking about one of the Solisi's evolutions. And I was like, well, this has to be it. It's all three all together. Like, that's it. I was like, bam, waiting for my thing. I expected to wake up to an idol. Went to bed, woke up, no idol.
all I will say
I feel
is just
so
a happy
lost because I was
coincidence.
not here for this
Also,
shit.
we do just want, I know he's not here. We do also want to give a shout out to Davey for singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow
Shout out, Davey.
for the Idol.
Also,
And he did that twice, can I just mention? There was once in the voting booth, he sang the entire goddamn song. And then there was another time when he got voted out.
But before we get on to awards, I just want to say to everyone that is here, just little sentiments. Thank you for making this season the best Triumph season ever. We've said this multiple times, like this has been a top tier and this has been our best season yet. And it's because of you guys. So
Welcome.
thank you so much for playing. Like pre-jury as well. I know Madeline and Matthew are here. Hi, my loves, missed you. You guys were an absolute contribution to that as well. So yeah, thank you. But I do believe we're going to go on to awards. So I'm going to pass it over to Brandon.
Now, starting with All Stars, I have been the person to make the awards. That was last season. This season, I have done the same. So let me share my. Oh, can you? You disabled share
can I
screen
go to
sharing.
the bathroom before we start? So I.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what?
go for it.
Yeah.
Megan, you're gonna need to start share screening.
Oh shit! I need to give you co-host.
Yes, you do, my love.
It's a new Zoom. I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're so good. Don't worry.
Blame Ray for everything, even though it's not even her fault she got kicked.
No, this is my fault. This is very much my
Yeah.
fault.
Always blame the white man.
But
Hispanic, thank you very
I was
much.
gonna say the way Brandon isn't even.
Oh, that's right.
Right. I was like, we went through that.
Can everyone see my screen?
Oh,
Yeah.
get rid of the sidebar. Okay, there you go. Oh, it's beautiful. Yes, Brandon. He took the job away from me. I'm so glad. didn't have to make this PowerPoint again. Thank you, Brandon.
All right. What is everybody ready?
Sure, Jamie.
Yay!
So, for those of you who do not understand how Triumph Awards work, this is how it will work. Production was given a poll on different awards to cast their votes on. But in our usual what happens, we ended up being indecisive motherfuckers, ending up changing our minds multiple times, and then argued about these for a couple days. This is what we came up with. Just as a reminder that these are only production's thoughts and should not be taken personally. We as production are so proud of everything everyone has accomplished this season, and we love you all for making the best Triumph season yet. Anyways, y'all ready to be roasted?
Before we do,
Okay.
Brandon, just check the prod chat.
Okay, I'm gonna need to get my phone.
Is it
No,
really
Ollie
a Zoom
changed-
without
Ollie
somebody being
changed his
like,
mind
check
about
the
one
prod?
more. Somebody change the slide. Change the slide real quick.
Is
I
there
No, we
thought
just
I
wanted to
saw
confirm
that.
something had been done that needed to be done. Also, I love the fact I'm fully just sat here with all the votes in my hand.
I can't wait for Ray to win the reward about Baldur's Gate 3.
Finally.
They were just asking me if I updated something, which I did.
Perfect.
All right. The first award of the night that we are going to be presenting is the best physical player.
Oh, my mouth.
This is who production
Ray.
has deemed to be the best physical player. As a general reference, we do not give these awards out immediately. We generally give nominees. Our nominees for this category are Lex,
The fuck?
Davey, and Keisha. Lex, we pretty much put you down because you actually did kill in immunity challenges and you did win like 2.
One. And what challenge was that? A music video challenge. But okay.
You also
you
did
won
survive
both.
the fittest one, and that technically counts. And
Much
Keisha did win 3 immunities.
Yeah, she
However,
did.
let's not kid ourselves here. This can only go to Davey.
Woo!
Amen. Amen.
Davey tied the goddamn record, and had he just said a couple of words differently, he would have broken that. And been in the final 4 with 6 individual immunity wins. We couldn't give this to anyone else. Does production have any other thoughts?
You're
Or
right.
is that just simply it?
I just want to
No,
say
but-
that, like, somehow in most seasons of Triumph, we seem to have a really dominant physical player where one person wins, like, an overwhelming majority of the individual immunities. And we were so ready, like, that Davey was gonna break the record.
So
And it
close.
sucked that Davey was just short and tied it. But he killed all the challenges, which is crazy thinking that Davey came from Cristobal, which lost literally fucking everything. And then literally Cristobal destroyed the individual immunity challenges. Like, they said, fuck you guys. We're winning now. It was great.
All right. Our next category is the best social player. Our nominees for this category are Carson, Chrisanne, and Ray.
Amen.
Does production have any thoughts before I reveal the winner?
Nope.
Slay.
All
And
three
our
are great.
winner for best social player goes to Carson. You have won best social player this season. Honestly, it also might come to the fact that you were the one person who literally was on both tribes and you somehow made yourself likable enough that you were nowhere near the target had you lost at all on
No,
Cruise.
literally, the way that Carson was the, like, safest or second safest on Cruise 2.0 blew our minds.
Great.
Carson had a trio with nearly everybody on this cast. Carson slayed the social game. I mean, period.
Also,
Thank you. I love you guys.
Yeah,
also
from
want to give
from
props.
from based on what I saw, Carson played one of the best social games I've ever seen. Carson played incredible. Yeah.
We also
And that
want
is
to give
exactly why I voted for Ray.
Yeah. We also want
Thank
to give
you, Ollie. I'm glad I know who the real ones are.
We also want to give our props to Ray and Chrisanne because honestly, with Ray, she was so like you could not hate a single thing about that woman. She was so likable, such a ray of sunshine.
It was the first night when you merged, and then everyone was like, it was just you and all of Cruz, and then everyone was like, "Oh, I love Ray. Ray's amazing."
The thing, Ray,
like-
it was so hard to not let people know we knew each other for outside of this game.
And also for Chrisanne specifically, played one of probably the most immaculate social games that I have ever seen.
Yes.
So literally so many props to you, Chrisanne. I love you to death. Our next category is best strategic player. Just the person who we think did the best strategically, or like was the best strategic player. Our nominees are Krisan, Keisha, and Lex. Not to like downplay it, y'all fucking three were like always thinking, always calculating. Lex and Keisha, honestly, even though y'all don't see it, we're very much more in your face. While Krisan, honestly, from a production standpoint, we saw the strategic game you were playing, and it was so good as well. Yes, Morgan. No, Megan.
If we're giving comments, I just want to say one. That's it. That's why I raised my hand.
Go for it. What's your comment?
I just want to say, obviously all of you three were great. Lex with your freaking walls of note cards, looking like the gift, the guy from It's Always Sunny. Keisha, who literally just like always knew what the best move for her was. And like, I just want to say, especially Keisha, I was so impressed tonight with how you did Final Tribal, because you knew strategically who you needed to fight harder for and who you didn't need to fight for as much with the votes, which I thought was really amazing strategically. But Krisan, I want to give you special props myself, because the way, and this move didn't pan out, but it would have literally been like a game-changing move, honestly, because the way that you targeted Gabby at the final 7 and like instilled that idea into other people in the cast, it was such a good move for you if Gabby had left. And so Krisan like killed that round, and I'm just like, it would have been even more amazing if it had worked. So all three of you were strategic beasts.
100%. Just noticed Lex is wearing the same shirt as his picture.
Yeah, he is.
Of course, it's finale night.
Our strategic player of the season is... Congratulations, Keisha. You are our strategic player this season. And frankly, Keisha, this should not come as a shock to you. You fucking ran Cristobal into the grounds.
Good for her. Yeah.
If y'all don't understand the amount of social, like strategic capital this woman had on this game, it was awe-inspiring.
I had to downplay it because I realized it was going to be too obvious. I had to like tamper it down a little bit.
All right, unless production has anything else to comment on, we will move on to our next category. Our next category is most robbed pre-juror. This is the pre-juror who we think was straight up robbed. Like straight up robbed. Our nominees are Madeline, who got so tribe fucked. So tribe swap fucked. So, like the definition of tribe swap fucked. Matthew, whose elimination production did not see coming in the absolute slightest. We thought it was Davey for like 99% of that round until like the last hour where they went, oh, Matthew, what?
Oh, that changed everything.
And then Megan, who came so close to the merge, so goddamn close. And honestly, we think we've been in a pretty decent position come merge. But we're gonna be completely honest here. Based on our perceptions, we have to give this award to Matthew, because Matthew, my dude, you were on.
So mad.
All of us are mad about this. You were so high on many of our winner contenders ratings for so long.
Literally.
You were in the middle of fucking Cristobal. You were doing so good. And then the woman lawyer said, no, fuck men, take Matthew out. And we were so confused.
Literally within a day, they clocked how good you were doing, which was crazy because we didn't think anyone could see it coming. Matt, you were playing under the radar. I don't think you'll see this after the season, but you were so high on everyone's trust rankings, and I don't think people realize that you were high on everyone's trust rankings. Like, for the first 4 rounds of the game, thought you were going to win straight up. Like, such a big shock, such a big robbery. So shout out to the girls who fucking got him out because that was crazy.
Ray, you savage.
Didn't lie to any of them either.
Now hold on.
Right. You said you can talk again.
I will address that.
No,
We will
you can-
address that
This is my
later.
moment. That's my picture. You can sit all the way down.
All right. Our next category, insane most robbed pre-juror, is most robbed juror. The juror we think was straight up robbed. Our nominees are Adam, who got straight up set up. The man got straight up set up by fucking Carson. He should have been in the fucking middle. The man got set up. And like, we felt so bad about it.
Not only Carson, but everybody in the jury.
Esme, who left during live nights, and like I'm still heated about that. And then we have Ray. Ray, my dear. There is so much I want to say. There is so much we as production want to say about your elimination round. And I think I'm kind of alluding to it right now. You did win most robbed juror.
Oh, Matthew, look, we're twinning. You have to forgive me now.
You have to forgive him as well.
Yeah.
The move to take you out, we did not see coming, and you were so high on your winners rankings. We're gonna be completely honest. You were, I think, second in like the trust rank, like our power rankings for the round before your elimination, and then you dropped when you got voted out. And we were so sad to see you go. While it was very smart for people to take you out, we thought you definitely should have gone a lot farther. And the move to take you out, we will talk about later.
Yeah.
Ray, I love you.
So-
Don't listen to him, Ray.
Ray, you were so robbed. Like you literally, as soon as like merge started, you were in the best position at that point. And like again, just kind of like Matthew out of nowhere, it just switched right after the live night. Which was insane because you were literally in the best position. People on both sides loved you. And it was nuts.
Yeah, we missed you, Daddy.
For me. Thank you guys.
I will say you were so robbed to the point that I managed to get an episode title nominee because I was so mad that people were targeting you. And they you will see it post-season in a minute, but yeah, I was fuming, but that's just because I love you. So
I love you guys. Thank you.
All right. Our next award, biggest underdog. This is the person who throughout this game we were looking at and we think was the biggest underdog and who kind of made their own path after getting into a very shitty position. Our first nominee is Davey. For those of you on Cruise who do not know, Davey was so close to elimination so many times on Cristobal. He was the initial target before the vote flipped on Matthew. He was a part of that tie vote against Megan. The man was on the bottom, like the literal bottom of Cristobal. Then come merge, you see this life kind of shine into this man. Wins literally 5 individual immunities. And honestly, Keisha, you clocked it. Had his plan worked out, Chrysan would have left at 5. Keisha would have left at 4, and frankly, we as Prod think Davey probably wins that jury. So he definitely had a path to the end. Our next
his underdog story was something amazing.
Our next nominee is Gabby. Gabby was also someone who was in a very difficult position through the pre-merge as well, partially due to her kind of fucking over Mark's game and then her own game in the slightest with the whole like podcast stuff, which you should never post on goddamn social media if you're playing a game with somebody else. Not to shade you, Gabby, I love you to death. But seeing you also blossom in this game as well, and then make arguably one of the like the best moves of the game in taking out Ricky during the survival of the fittest twist as well. Your game blossomed during the merge. And then we have Danny, who was very much on the bottom of pretty much literally any type of alliance they were in, and were constantly fighting to survive, and getting to where they ended up in 8th is still a massive accomplishment to them. Does production have anything else you want to say before I reveal who won?
No, I'll wait until after.
Our winner for biggest underdog is Gabby is the biggest underdog of this season.
Because also with Gabby, for the first vote of the season when David went, the other name was Gabby. So Gabby almost was first boot. So to go from almost being first boot to 4th place, I think it's very, very good of her. So she gets her flowers for that.
She played way better than people gave her like
credit for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Make a confession. Can I finally confess? I couldn't do it at Final Tribal. I didn't want to lose the vote. Yeah, I'm the reason everybody knew about Mark.
Thank you. Whenever you literally said, "Oh yeah," when I told Gabby about the deep dive on Facebook, I'm like, "Keisha's the one who told." I was ready to keep Mark. And then Keisha was like, "Guess who just posted a podcast?"
I know, and that was the one move I couldn't fully talk about because I was like, "I'm not losing Gabby's vote for the sake of telling about this move." I was like, take it out.
It was a slay.
It was honestly.
So if anybody knew anything about Mark, it came from Keisha. I want that to be known.
Our next category is best duo. There was a lot of duos in this game. We are not going to lie. This is sorting through these and figuring out what we believe is the best duo this season. First is Chrisanne and Ricky, which was which we would be so goddamn honest. We would be so goddamn honest.
I don't want to hear it, Chrisanne. Y'all were a duo. But you were the kind of duo where Ricky valued Chrisanne so much more than Chrisanne valued Ricky. So I feel like Chrisanne wasn't lying when she told people that, but it was a duo.
This was the duo that everyone made up, and then it just became a thing because Ricky was so close to Chrisanne, but Chrisanne was in no way close to Ricky. But they were technically a duo.
Anytime I talked to Ricky, Ricky was like, "So what's your relationship like with Chrisanne?"
We love Ricky and we love your love for Chrisanne.
Our next duo, a little bit of an underrated duo, but one we saw was Keisha and Gabby. This was something that was never clocked until like the very last minute. But these two women linked up and tore shit up, like completely tore shit up.
Yep.
Our next duo is Morgan and Davy, who ended up being a duo together after. They were in constant communication with one another. Morgan backstabbing Davy was honestly a huge goddamn move. And I don't think it was one Morgan ended up wanting to see coming in of itself, but those two were so goddamn. I don't think y'all understand how close those two were. They played this game in lockstep, come merge with one another. And we just wanted to give you guys recognition for that as well, because y'all killed it. And our final duo we have is Lex and Carson. Lex and motherfucking Carson.
Are you?
No.
Sure?
No. No. I'm sorry. The way that Lex would say something in his prod chat, like about a call he was on, and then immediately go over and message Carson every single fucking word, and Carson would do the same.
Bullet points. Bullet points.
Y'all did the same daggum shit. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
Carson.
From the moment the swap happened, Lex and Carson were inseparable, like straight up, and it was so adorable.
Hyrie included.
Hyrie was in there as well. Carson was definitely working
bad.
Lex harder than Hyrie, but they were like really close, all three of them for sure.
I got
Carson's
shanked.
reads were better. I will give you that.
Our winner.
And you traded me out for them, Hyrie.
Our winner for best duo of the season is. Congratulations, Carson and Lex.
Yeah.
My guys, like my guys.
Duh.
There is
We were
so
literally
much
so
we want to
messy.
say about your duo that made us like in awe and also made us want to tear our hairs out.
We love you, Chris. You all for you.
Literally, we were the embodiment of Chris U. That was
Amen.
our
Amen.
storyline. That was so fun.
Our next award is Best Alliance. Our nominees are the Crews 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, the Captains. I think it was a 5.0 in there somewhere.
Which one?
We don't know which Crews. But
I'm fucking done. No, because the number of cruise chats, the cruise 2.0, the cruise 3.0, cruise captains, there was cruise captains like minus one person. I mean, it was nuts how many iterations of the cruise there were. It was so funny.
Yeah, they didn't even come up with the name. It was always the Crews with a number attached to it.
And then the captains, yeah. It was great. I loved it. They would just be like, it was like the same core people, and they'd be like, let's make a 2.0 chat, but with one less person. And then it's
messy.
The next alliance, Plastics in Paradise.
Hey, there we go.
Which is the alliance of Lex, Carson, and Hyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Messy.
We'll talk.
Gotcha.
Our final alliance is Crystal Ball, which is the Crystal Ball alliance minus Carson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Our winner of Best Alliance. Congratulations goes to Cristobal is the best alliance of this season.
Yay.
The way that let me rephrase something here. This alliance was kind of like not really as close going to the merge due to tie votes. Ray's blindside unified that entire alliance as one like monstrous coalescent being, and with Cruz's complete implosion, they took control of the entire goddamn game. They took complete control of the game.
Damn it, we should have gone for Ray, y'all.
We did it for Ray. We did it for Ray.
Proud of y'all.
Ray, that was for you.
We kept saying that to each other. We would get on call and be like, this is for Ray.
I love you guys.
If I had to take
idea
a
was
shot,
bad.
if I had to take a shot for the amount of times they said this is for Ray, I would have been dead by alcohol poisoning by now.
Yes.
Okay, now speaking of alliances, we have Best Alliance Name. And initially there was about 10 nominees for this. We narrowed it down to 6 because y'all made a shit ton of alliances. There was like 3-person alliances, there was 4-person alliances, there was 5-person.
There was too many to count.
There was too many. So our nominees are Crystal Ball, because some of us thought was clever. Slut Sludge.
What?
This was the alliance
I
name.
still cannot remember who was in that alliance.
We don't.
I know Carson was in it. That's all I remember off the top of my head. But
So
Carson
it
was
makes
like
like
Carson
paradise.
was on almost every alliance. So if you're gonna guess, just guess Carson.
Blue-footed boobies.
Yes.
The Regina George bus.
Like,
And the Cruise 3.0 specifically.
I don't even know who nominated that one, but the 3.0
Oh.
was what did it.
One of my favorite moments of the season is when Chris Ann was like, "Can I leave the Regina George bus? Because I think I'm Regina George."
However, special
That was
announcement
hilarious.
for the special announcement for House of Galapagos. We will be coming around the mountain. If you know the words to this song, there was way too many. There was way too many. Y'all were messy.
What Brandon said, there's a lot of alliances.
It's a lot of alliances.
And you
We
guys
have,
had
like,
a lot of funny names. Like you guys were really creative with your alliance names, which was fun.
The winner of Best Alliance Name is Blue-Footed Boobies.
I didn't get that at all.
I just want to make a quick note too. It's amazing that this alliance won the name because when Lex suggested it, Danny was so not feeling that title and was like, "I'm just gonna leave Lex on red." And then Lex was just like, "That's what the alliance is called." So it was great.
So Slut Sludge was me, Carson, and Hyrig, I believe, right?
Oh,
That
Yeah,
was
I know
my
it was a
favorite
trio.
name. That
It was
was
a trio.
wrong.
It was
was
too
between-
short-lived,
It was
unfortunately.
between Blue-Footed Boobies and Slut Sludge at the end, I think.
Because what the
To
fuck?
be
even is
to
foot?
clarify, it wasn't footed, it was just foot, but it's fine.
Yeah, that was
I-
not my fault.
I just fucking spat out 2 words and it was like, here's the name.
We are now up to Best Rivalry. This is the
Oh.
rivalry. And let's be real here. Y'all are some hateful motherfuckers. It never
No.
got to a personal level. But we just need to put this in production's way. Our nominees are Carson and Lex. Because while you were
That's
best
so
duo,
funny.
you also tried to target each other so many goddamn times after Survival of the Fittest twist. Y'all
He's
hated
a fucking cockroach, you won't die.
Keisha and Lex. Because y'all did not trust each other. Y'all were to respect the
Nope.
both sides. Keisha looked at you, Lex, and went, no. And you
Yep.
looked at Keisha and went, no.
Oh gosh.
Chris and Carson.
History came from somewhere.
Not me.
Chris this is more Chrisanne being done with Carson. And Carson won and Chrisanne gone.
Oh,
And then production versus Carlbot, specifically me and Megan versus Carlbot.
Yes, that's the best one.
That has to be it. I'm a little
Yeah.
upset
Carabot.
Judge 2 versus Cristobal wasn't on the table, but
It was the thought was there.
I appreciate you owning that. I
Megan
appreciate
versus
that.
Carlbot.
The winner
Carlbot.
of Best Rivalry goes to Keisha and Lex.
Really?
Let's go,
I
Lex.
know. So I want to speak on this because I was the host that literally was pushing all the facts for this. You two did not trust each other for the entirety of Merge. And everyone else was going, oh yeah, but these people were feuded, these people were feuded. They may have feuded for a couple of rounds. Keisha was not here for Lex's bullshit from day dot of Merge.
Good for
And
her.
when I saw this award, I was just like, it's Keisha and Lex. I was like, and I'm gonna die on this hill for it.
No, and not only that, it was constantly both their projects. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna get Lex out. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna get Keisha out. Y'all were like gunning for each other, and Keisha got you first.
But you know what though? Like, I voted for Keisha to win though, because you know what? Like the game she played, I mean, good job, Keisha. So
And not only that, Lex was openly gunning for Keisha initially as well during the round he got eliminated. So that was a whole swing.
It's fine. It's all good.
Our next award. Best move
too good. Too good.
This is where we consider the moves that were put into the game specifically and where we think the best move was, like the game defining move. Our nominees are Gabby specifically voting out Ricky. We thought was genius at the time. Carson's blindside from Crystal Ball.
Epic.
And then Davey's elimination at the final 5. These three moves had so much impact on the game. And initially we were very split on what the best move was, but ultimately the winner of this award is Carson's blindside by the hands of Crystal Ball. Yeah. When I tell you, initially Gabby and Morgan were against each other, and then Keisha and Gabby literally call, and then Keisha went, wait a second. And that just started a whole spin of events that led to the entire alliance getting on call and voting you out, Carson. Like literally, that completely neutered you and Lex's games and completely hindered Chrisanne for pretty much the entirety of the game and left her at the mercy of that Crystal Ball alliance. It honestly, it was Keisha's game-winning move. It was Keisha's game-winning move. And I give so much credit to her specifically for this. Production, if you have anything you want to say about the other moves or this move?
I'd fully give credit to all 4 of them. Because as well with because I feel like this was Gabby's move as well. And with Morgan and Davey, they were in such a pivotal position at this point because they were basically in the middle. So they were the swing votes that ultimately went, no, Carson has basically pulled the wool under our eyes. Bye-bye. So well done to all 4 of you.
So I think Gabby knew at this point, she knew it would be great for her game. So I want to give credit to Gabby. She did a good job.
Now, also credit to Morgan and Davey for this as well, because they were discussing getting Carson out way before this plan initiated and didn't really see a path forward. Them going on call pretty much gave them that path forward they needed to take out Carson. So this was very collaborative on the 4 of them, but completely fucked you over, Carson. Completely fucked you over. And you as well, Lex.
When Lex was getting on the call and was like, yeah, Mojo Dojo. And I was like, what? And then he was like, yeah, and this. And I was like, what? Carson? What?
Now, while we have best move, we also have worst move.
Next slide, please. Oh,
Not ready.
Cruz is not going to be happy with us about this. Our nominees are Ray's blindside. Literally fucked Cruz in the ass so bad that you all owe Ray an apology for this god-awful move.
I accept cash payments and apology.
Carson's you move.
Carson voting out Ricky, while on paper was good, it fucked any relationship he had with Cruz after just fucking over every relationship he had with Crystal Ball. You should have just voted Hyrie. And then Cruz completely turning on each other and imploding, starting to merge. Like, y'all had the numbers. Y'all had the numbers. You could have waited a round or 2. But no.
I don't know if I feel like me voting Ricky was I don't know. I'm gonna debate.
Just from a production end, it completely fucked your relationships with Cruz.
Yeah. I get that.
I will be on your side, Carson, because I'll make a comment once we reveal the winner. I'll be on your side with this argument.
However, with that being said, we can't give this to literally anything else but Ray's blindside was single-handedly the worst move of this season. Voting out Ray completely united the other side, and then going to survival of the fittest twist in the way y'all handled it afterwards by throwing suspicion onto Carson and then leaking this and then leaking that afterwards, destroyed any amount of trust y'all had with each other. It was horrible, you guys. It was horrible.
Okay,
Ray.
I could not figure out though, because in all seriousness, Ray was such a ray of sunshine to every single person. Like, who was Ray loyal to? Nobody truly knew.
Was she a
So it
friend
like,
to
you know what?
all but a ally to none?
I
We
just
love you,
want to
Ray.
make a comment about this blind side. And this is why I was on Carson's side. I specifically think that this move was the worst move for Carson. For him this entire game, like completely ended your game, Carson, your chances of winning, unfortunately. I don't think because you voted out Ray, I think because you didn't tell your Cristobal people the heads up that you
Yeah.
were voting out Ray, right? Obviously, it's hard to plan around something like that when there's idols, but I think the vote count combined with the fact that they thought you were voting with them and the extra vote would work, it completely just like destroyed your game. And for some reason, right after that, that's when like you and Lex imploded, and I don't know what happened, but you two fell apart, which means everyone else around you fell apart. So like I think it's the worst move in terms of like Carson and Lex's games most specifically, but overall it just like fractured a lot of relationships.
So
And based on what Megan said, it's hard to say that because Carson had the worst spot of anybody in the whole entire game. I don't care what anybody says. Carson was literally on both tribes and had to decide between both. So yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say
tough.
like,
Yeah.
so the swap like completely fucked me over, and like there was no solution where I could play the middle like at the Ravo. Like I was either gonna have to like tell Cristobal and risk Cruz finding out or blindside them. So honestly, I blame the swap for like my downfall in this game.
I mean, you could have just
But I do
thrown
think
your
I should have told.
vote, but you really should have just told us because I gave you like we talked about you playing in the middle and how like I thought that was a good gameplay for you. So all I have to do is be like, this is my vote for Ray because I have to show Cruz that I'm still working with them, and I would have respected that and been like, cool, Carson told me this is what he has to do.
Yeah.
Like I would have totally gotten it.
It's like so many stories because then whenever we talked, it was like, oh, I didn't know. But then other people are like, oh, this was a plan for at least 24 hours.
Yeah.
It was
So-
planned. It was planned.
I'm just going to bring the clarity into the situation. Ray's blindside was the catalyst. So basically, because Carson didn't tell Cristobal, but then also it was the impact afterwards. It was all of Cruz going on a call afterwards, and actually Ricky and Hyrie were after Carson had made this big move, they were the first two to kind of be like, oh well, Carson's sneaky now, and then Lex being the most the person that never leaks anything, leaked that to Carson, and then that in turn caused all the distrust and literally the implosion of Carson's game, Alexa's game, Hyrie's game, Ricky's game. It did hinder Chris Ann for a little bit. The only person's game from Cruz it did not hinder was Danny's. Like that was Danny's game was the only one that did not get affected from Ray's blindside due to Cruz, like due to this vote.
Basically,
But
y'all owe
that's
Ray a
what-
big fat apology. You all owe Ray a big fat apology.
But
What did
Ray,
I do?
did you really,
What did I do?
like target
I wasn't
me
there.
at that round, the final 11?
Wait,
But
what
they
was
said-
that, Ricky?
They said that you were targeting me. Was that really true?
No.
I made that up.
No
I
one
think.
was okay. I'll tell you, I will get into it at the reunion, but I'll tell you this: no one was saying shit to me, and
No.
I just pointed out observations, and your name was there, like as somebody, like just like I was like, okay, I noticed Danny and Ricky aren't the strongest competitors. I noticed Chris Ann, and I forgot who else I said. I think it was Chris Ann and Lex. No, it wasn't Chris Ann. It was Chris Ann and Hyrie. I was like, those are the strongest ones. What do we do with these 4 names? That was it.
Sorry, Ricky.
Next up, we have funniest move, and we did not funniest moment, and we did get into this before. So our nominees are Goliath Islands.
Goliath Islands. What's that?
Yes.
Telephone game.
I have a
I'm never
video,
gonna know
I'll post
peace.
it. I actually maybe I posted it in funny moments. A video of me silent screaming during telephone when Ray kept saying that they were going to the Goliath Islands.
I would never know
as well with my face covered with a hat because I was like, ah!
I said, "Oh, she doesn't know the season."
I didn't.
The next one is the Idol Hunt. All of it.
Stupid.
Initiated by evil production members that aren't me.
I was just
all
trying to have
had
a
so much
sentimental
fun with that.
moment.
We're not gonna
I
lie.
was fully just trying to have a sentimental moment. It's all-
Danny's last two rounds.
Ollie,
in the most
y'all are
positive way.
awful. That's all.
Okay, let me stress to y'all what Danny did, right? Remember those
Stop.
two images that Danny made, and like it was from a wheel.
Yeah.
So
we
no.
watched her literally spin a goddamn wheel in her prod chat and just make those two alliances. It
In
was the
their
most
prod
disturbing
chat.
thing ever.
No. So
In
what
their
Danny
prod
did is they spun a wheel and chose I forget if it was 3 or 4 people to make
It
an
was-
alliance with and made an alliance with them, and then proceeded to immediately request an alliance with the people that the wheel did not pick after that. So Danny, they had made it was just so good.
Not only that, but Danny cursed out like so many people. It was hysterical, and then purposely voted in the tribe chat for Hyrie. That was completely purposeful.
Oh, it was so
Yeah,
intentional.
I was awake at that point and I wasn't tipsy, whatever. That being said, Danny definitely voted at that point. She wanted Hyrie, or they wanted Hyrie out in that moment. Danny was like, I want Hyrie out. And so Danny voted in their prod chat, I want Hyrie out. So it would cause drama. And so everybody would like vote around Hyrie. So Hyrie.
Oh, I was on call with Morgan. I was like, Morgan, what is this? Like, we saw it that night.
We're not gonna lie, Hyrie, that single-handedly fucked your chances over staying that round because everyone was kind of like eyeing going.
1,000%.
There wasn't an exact reason.
1,000%. It fucked Hyrie. It fucked Hyrie.
Everyone latched onto that reason and used that to take the shot at you.
All because I asked Danny a question.
And then Judge 2.
Yes. No. Jokingly judge Tyru, but Hyru, yes, absolutely.
And then y'all's hatred for Judge 2, which we now know as Karen, was
Karen.
Karen, fucking love you.
Mommy Karen pissing you off for the whole season.
Our funniest moments is the idol hunt, all of it, because from a production standpoint, yeah, it was funny. It was very goddamn funny. It was insanely funny, and I have no regrets.
Oh, Megan's puppy.
Our next award is Best Confessionals.
So cute.
This is not gonna be me.
Brandon, I just
No,
want
it
to
won't
say
be.
I'm tired. I'm so sorry. Can we speed things up?
No problem.
Because
So it is
I'm recording this.
Carson, Lex, and Keisha for our nominees for Best Confessionals.
The
However,
alliance that never was.
We're gonna be completely honest here. Lex, it's you. It's you.
Lex. It's Lex.
It's
Come
Lex.
on.
Y'all shut the fuck up. It's Lex.
Lex's trust rankings with the pop diva every round. Lex
different
send
one every
videos
round.
every day for a while. Lex's post-it notes. Amazing.
Some of
love
that
the camera
stuff-
moment.
Some of that stuff that was in your prod chat should never have left your prod chat, but it was insanely funny to see. Speaking of that, we had an award this season.
Shut the fuck up.
Bestiest player.
Carson.
Oh no.
This is special to 3 people who throughout this game we as production saw as insanely goddamn messy. Even if you do not agree with us on this, y'all were messy. Our nominees are Carson,
Oh,
Hyrie,
Yup.
and you, Lex.
No.
crazy.
Lexington, I'm about to
Plastics
pull
in
your ass
Paradise.
out.
Lexington,
all
the
three.
Nick Cannon of alliances.
No, Hyru with lies, all of you.
Y'all, the
The
amount.
Nick Cannon.
Let's just say this.
We'll get
Y'all
into
thought Esme needed a plumber. Y'all needed a whole plumbing company to shut your mouths
Yeah.
up from leaking
Preach,
shit.
preach the hypocrisy. Insane.
Okay, I'm just going to say this now because production are fully aware of my love for all 3 of you in this particular reason. Esme, if Ray needs an apology for being voted out, Esme needs an apology for being called the worst leaker this season, because there would be the amount of times, and Lexington, I want to be able to see you right now. Lexington Martin, the amount of motherfucking times you leaked shit and then went and said it was Esme that did it. I was ready to fly
And
over
Hyrie.
there.
And Hyrie.
And Hyrie and Carson, like all three of you as
I
well.
leaked stuff, but I didn't leak that much.
Nothing. Like if anyone told these three anything, specifically Carson and Lex, like it was going to be made public knowledge.
Also, don't discount Hyrie, because Hyrie was very messy early on and everybody clocked it, and Hyrie never changed course. Never goddamn changed course, ever.
And
So
these are
it's
my three
almost
closest
like-
allies, and look what they did to me.
So
Almost like my concerns were ended up being true.
So we debated a lot over this award because trying to separate one's merits. We tried to separate one's merits from another merit because let's be real here, y'all were the messiest players this season. So our winner is
all three of us. Come on.
We couldn't decide. We could not decide. So we're giving this to the three of you.
Hilarious. I love that.
Kyrie, I don't think you agree with us here, but you were very much in the same lane of Carson and Lex.
Without a doubt.
That's so funny.
I just want to say, Hyrie, tonight you literally said that like you were not as big of a problem with stuff, but you really were, my love. And this is in
Honey.
a lovely way because you know I love you, Hyrie. But like, let's be real, most of the pre-merge cruise drama like originated from Hyrie. Yes, other people were spreading it around, but like Hyrie was a big part of like Hyrie was trying so hard to keep Rachel, and you guys didn't clock him at first. Like he was just he always did extra shit. It was great.
All right, now we're on to our big three. Villain of the season. Our nominees are Carson, Hyrie, and Lex. A
My
little
three
bit of a
closest
repeat
allies.
here, don't you think?
Oh my god.
But this one was a lot more clear. Our villain of the season, without a shadow of a doubt, goes to motherfucking Lex. Lex, the fact that you were single-handedly responsible for the downfall in each and every single one of your allies in this goddamn game, the fact that you leaked so much shit, it's just a consistent thing. Just Lex, my dude, we couldn't give this to anyone else.
What?
No, but then do you know the funniest part was Lex was in his pod chat literally being like, oh, I feel like I'm being quite heroic now. And we're sat there going, this man, he is in his delusional era. He is letting loose like
Lex,
this Lex,
you can't don't act shocked, Lex. Don't act shocked when you had conversations with me and Hyrie about how you'd be fine being labeled the biggest villain, and you wouldn't be surprised if you got labeled the biggest villain at the end of the season. So don't act shocked.
No, not only that, this man literally rewrote every single person's name on a fucking parchment and then proceeded to show that parchment to people on multiple different alliances, super proud of themselves, like, hey, Chrisanne, this is what I wrote for your name. Hey, Hyrie, this is what I wrote for your name. Lex, this is what I wrote for your name.
I think it's cute. I think they want to see it, like it's like
I wouldn't want to know you already had one of me.
On a lighter note, hero of the season.
Oh, we know it's me. It's fine. Come on.
Is between Keisha,
oh Jesus,
Davey, and Morgan. Our winner for hero of the season is Keisha. Congratulations.
Woo!
You know what? Biggest rivalry. It's only fitting. Keisha, get it.
Villain and hero. It's perfect. Yes, that's perfect.
Keisha also went through so much shit throughout the season, from being on the tribe that just straight up could not win, to like, again, you referenced this, losing your own goddamn mother in the middle of an immunity challenge and finding that out and then going on to win that. The amount of grace and poise that you have as an individual and the amount of love that this entire cast has, even if some people think your conversations were transactional, the amount of love that this cast has for you exemplifies your character and who you are as an individual. We love you. This is more than deserved. And just a major congratulations to you. We all love you to death, and this is very much deserved.
I just want to say how blunt and how honest you were, Keisha, throughout the season. I've never seen in an org how like how blunt someone has been and how honest they have been throughout an org.
And this was me tapering it down. I'm usually even more direct, but that gets
No,
me
Keisha,
out
it
right
was
now.
it's so funny.
Our final award before the prod favorites, player of the season. Our nominees are Chris-Anne, Keisha, and Morgan, our final three. To say that y'all ladies slaughtered everyone is an understatement. Y'all literally tore this cast apart and then some. We are so proud of you guys. Now, as a triumph rule, the winner of the season is not given player of the season. So unfortunately, Keisha, that does remove you from the line of winning player of the season. With that being said, our player of the season, congratulations goes to motherfucking Chris-Anne. You are our player of the season. Chris-Anne, if it was not you winning, it was Keisha in our minds. Like, y'all two, like, were so in control of your different sides. Watching you scrape your way into that final three was a fucking marvel and a half. Seeing your social game as well, the way it blossomed, and then your strategic acuity on top of that, just it was a masterclass. Congratulations to you, obviously.
Thank you, and thank you everybody for playing.
Now, production favorites. We have picked people who we personally have loved in this game. Usually the rule is we tend to like pick one person per person, and we usually have that kind of unique. So like 5 people don't get the same one at a time. So just because our names are different doesn't mean we don't love you. Anyways, for John, his production favorite is Gabby.
I do have a bit of thing from him. He wrote this. So he just said, although you dealt with a lot of difficulty with time due to work constraints, you fought hard and never gave up. You had constant ups and downs in the game, but your resilience was top notch. Your energy was always contagious, and I firsthand know how amazing of a person you are. Thank you for being so awesome. That is from John to Gabby.
Our next production favorite is Jordan. And Jordan's production favorite was Morgan. Jordan, are you there?
Morgan, we're gonna have words, but go ahead.
What?
This season.
Jordan, we're at your production favorite, right? So that was
While
Morgan.
Jordan is so drunk tonight, you'll see
Yeah.
in funny moments. Jordan said, "Tonight's live night. I'm so excited." And I said, "Live night."
Megan, stop.
That bottle is full, Baka.
He's so drunk.
This is water and Advil as well. Can Morgan hear me or no?
Morgan
I can hear you, babe.
Okay. Morgan is me, but a better player. Morgan is the most social, but she knows how to manage her like social level as well as she talks to people on a good level. Anyway, I love Morgan. I literally got on 3 calls and Morgan, I was like, she's my favorite player. Like I watched Morgan, I was like, damn, I would love to play with Morgan. She's my favorite. So yep, Morgan's my favorite. I drank 2 bottles of wine tonight, so Morgan is my favorite. And I voted that prior.
And we're moving on.
Not the 2
bottles of wine.
What y'all?
All right, next up is
Roll
Alex.
Tide. Morgan's my favorite. I'm going on mute. We're good.
Jordan,
We're
I
good.
love you.
We're good, baby. We're good.
Alex's favorite was actually someone that was fought over initially, but Alex did win out. Alex's favorite is Baldur's Gate 3. I mean Ray.
Oh, thank you.
I don't have much from Alex, but he says, I love you. You're a ray of sunshine. That stupid fucking Baldur's Gate 3. Oh no, wait, that was my notes. No, but seriously, Alex loves you, and yeah, he always enjoyed your positivity.
Thank you.
Our next one is Sam. Sam's production favorite is Davey. Not sure if Sam's on or if he has his statements, but this was pretty obvious from watching him in the project.
Sam's down, baby.
Next up is my production favorite. My production favorite is Keisha. Keisha, just watching you in this game, I was in awe. I was like, how the fuck is she getting away with this? How the fuck is she like just you as a person and you as a game? I was in awe, and I was like your biggest supporter from round fucking one. You were like you were one of my winners contenders from there, and like you were consistently like there for me, even if I swapped you off at some points, like blah blah blah. But like you were very much there, and I am so goddamn proud of you.
Thank you, Brandon. Oh my gosh.
Not saying don't love any of y'all, but like I picked Keisha.
You're my favorite too. It's okay.
It's a good pick. It's a great pick.
Good pick, good pick.
Keisha was the second pick. Keisha was great. Keisha was
Too
awesome.
late, Jordan. Too late.
Anyway, next up is Megan. She picked two because she's indecisive.
I have things to say.
Megan's production favorites because she's an indecisive motherfucker, and I asked her to pick, and she just straight up said no. Are Carson and Lex.
Yes, I have comments to make.
They're such a cute duo.
I love Carson and Lex so much as players because they gave me so much content, and I'm nosy and I love content. And they played so fun and so dominant, even if they weren't always killing the game. They just like 100% all in on players. But I do want to make a disclaimer because I literally had 3, and the host yelled at me and said I couldn't have 3, and that the most they were going to give me was 2. Because while Carson and Lex were my favorite players of this season, I had a favorite person that was new to me that I met in this game, and that is Adam. Adam, I did your interview and we talked for like an hour, and from that moment I was like, Adam is bestie because we think about games in the same way, and I get your sense of humor when I feel like a lot of people don't. And we've been great friends since this game started. So I just want to say, like, Adam, I'm sorry I didn't include you in here because again, unfortunately your time playing was cut short, but you've been my favorite new person to meet. So
Just, I'm very offended, just so you know.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, last but not least, Ollie's favorite. Ollie, do you have anything to say before I reveal it?
I mean, this person better know that it's them. So if they don't, if they're shocked, I'm gonna kill them.
Ollie's production favorite is Chris-Ann.
Chris-Ann, where are you first and foremost? I need to see at least
Hiding.
your name.
Ollie, you literally told
Um,
me you didn't like me several times.
Chris-Ann, you know how much I love you. From the moment I interviewed you, and again, this is no shade to anyone else that is interviewed ever for production. Chris-Ann was my favorite interview of all time. Just how she spoke, how she presented herself. It was absolutely amazing. And then watching you play this season, just your determination, your unapologetically, like you were just unapologetically yourself, and you were just like amazing to watch. And tapped on that being just a wonderful human being. I'm not going to get emotional because I'm not going to let you be the one to make me cry. So, but you know how much I love you, and you know how much I respect you so much. There's so many other people as well. I had 3 picks as well. I did also just shout out Ray and Esme. You were also up there. But yeah, Chris-Ann, just from start to finish, just what you brought to this season, I absolutely love and appreciate. So love you, my love.
Thank you. I love you too, Ollie.
And with that, we are at the end of our award ceremony.
Ollie, I'm surprised I was in your top 3 when I talked about how much I hated you as a production member to your face.
You saved it by putting me as a cameo, so
I think everybody on production knows who my favorite production member is.
All right.
It's Megan.
If
Oh
you
my
guys
God,
want to know
Ma,
what
I
the
love
episode
you. I'm sorry. I'm working on giving you guys alumni and viewer roles so you can start
Yeah.
seeing things.
In the meantime,
Like,
if you guys want to know what the episode titles are, I can give those to you.
Yes, please.
Play.
Let
I'm
me
taking
look
notes.
because I will give you what the options were and then the winner. Okay.
Mhm.
Just because I do like a long reveal, I think, as you guys can obviously tell. Where the
Brandon,
fuck?
it's 1 o'clock Eastern. Can we fucking not?
Okay, hold on. Where the fuck is it? It's in the viewers lounge. Okay, so I'll go through this quick. All right. There's the episode title.
Talking about 1 a.m.
Do you just want me to reveal the winners?
Yeah.
I put all of the episode titles in the episode title voting, and once they all get viewer roll, they're gonna be able to see them.
All right. So
We can
the
make them
episode
viewer
title.
rolls, don't worry.
The episode 1 title. They have capybaras in Singapore. This was said by Chris Ann.
Slay.
The episode 2 title. The episode 2 title. Manifesting that this pussy saves popping. This was said by Danny.
Oh.
Episode 3 title. I want to be like a fart, silent but deadly. This was Chris Ann.
That's hilarious.
Episode 4's title. Do I want to be wined and dined first or just sore after? This was said by Ray.
I didn't.
Oh my god.
I don't even remember saying that.
Episode 5's title. Why can't you just talk behind my back like a real friend? This was Matthew. Episode 6 titles, and this is with the clap. Do better males. This was said by Davey. Episode 7's title, and that's what you missed on Glee. This was said by Morgan. Episode 8's title, just throw your balls at everyone else so I win. This was said by Esme.
What was this?
Episode 9's title, grabs the boat, brings the floaties. This was said by Carson. Episode 10's title, why are they playing fucking Barney and Friends and not Survivor? This was said by Danny. Episode 11's title, our saving grace ended up being our kryptonite. This was by Hyrie. Episode 12's title, there's a fire under my ass and it's not the Chipotle. This was Lex. Episode 13's title, what do you win? Gratification. This was Chrisanne. Episode 14 title, for the first time in Triumph history, was made by a viewer. Oh my god, he might be the Nick Cannon of alliances. This was a viewer, Serene, talking about Lex.
Who the fuck is Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon is
He's the guy with.
He has like so many different kids from so many different people.
Oh, wow, now Mariah Carey's ex, that guy? Why am I the alliance? Oh, why? I'm confused.
You have so many kids alliances.
Because you had so many alliances, you were the Nick Cannon of alliances.
They wanted me, baby. It wasn't me started. Just saying. Continue,
For the
Brandon.
record, I did not. We did not have one alliance together.
Nick Cannon could say the same thing, Lex.
Episode 15's title, I am one step closer to victory. This is by Morgan. Episode 16, it's all about the perception you sell. This is Chrisanne. And what we do for this finale title is that we have the winner have the episode title. So Keisha, your episode title is I want to win this one for my mom.
Oh, Keisha. Love that.
And that's our episode titles. If you want to know what else was put in store, once you guys get viewers lounge footage, you can see what the votes were.
I think you guys.
They're here.
I'm literally at like last couple placements. A couple pre-jurors are no longer in the server, so I don't have to give them roles. So you guys should have the viewer role right now. But I haven't opened the host specific stuff that viewers didn't see yet. Like the trust rankings and funny moments and stuff. So I'll be opening those.
Yeah, so y'all can look at
tonight or
those.
tomorrow morning.
So this is now your chance to.
Zareen win the draft. I can't talk. That was a tongue twister.
Zareen did win the draft. I have to update it, but essentially Zareen had won the draft since maybe final 5 or so, because it was between her and Marcelo lost 2 boots, but the difference was basically Marcelo was in the lead, but Zareen drafted you, Keisha, and Marcelo didn't. And so it got to a point where if Keisha won, Zareen was winning, and then Marcelo lost more people, and so it didn't even matter if you won Keisha, that Zurine was winning. So it was pretty.
I don't know who Zareen is, but I love you. Thank you for drafting me and winning the draft with me.
She is a robbed queen of Japan.
My season.
Season 5.
Oh.
Zareen is
Queen
the best.
Zareen.
Yeah.
She was robbed.
Zareen is the best.
But we can stop the.
Oh, I need to stop recording.
You can stop
Okay,
recording
yay,
now.
reunion, yay.